Welcome everyone, and thank you for viewing this virtual design review meeting video for the Melena Beach Municipal Drain. This video has been prepared in lieu of a traditional in-person meeting due to the current COVID-19 environment. The purpose of this meeting is to provide background information to affected parties and present the proposed municipal drainage design, estimates of construction costs, and assessments of those costs to the landowners. Any comments or questions that may come from watching this video are asked to be forwarded to the engineer for review prior to finalizing the municipal drain report and proceeding to council. These are the topics we plan to cover within this video. The process began when the Municipality of Central Huron received a Section 4 petition requesting that a new drain be constructed. GM Blue Plan Engineering was subsequently appointed by Municipal Council to respond to that petition. The new drain in this instance is an upstream extension of the existing Melena Beach municipal drain that was installed in 2008. Based on background information supplied and topographic survey work completed in this area, we have determined that 30 properties will be affected by this drain. The municipality received petition signatures that were submitted for this proposed work by landowners. At the time of appointment, this list shown represents the owners who signed the petition. In terms of background information to support this project, here are a few points worth noting. As mentioned previously, the Melena Beach Municipal Drain was constructed under the Drainage Act in 2008 through a report prepared by Bill Dietrich. This work included the installation of 153 meters of 350 millimeter diameter high-density polyethylene pipe from east of Melena Drive to an outlet into Lake Huron. Since that time, and to support this proposed work, the municipality dug a series of test pits east of Melena Drive in 2019 to review subsurface conditions. Pits were dug to a depth of 2.3 meters to 2.6 meters and were generally found to consist of compacted clay material for their entire depth. The Drainage Act is a vehicle by which a drainage scheme can be constructed and the cost raised by local special assessment. That is, the cost is assessed in varying proportions to lands within the watershed as a one-time charge over and above any taxes paid. Maintenance of the drain is likewise charged to the watershed, often in the same proportions as the original construction. A generalized sequence of the Drainage Act process is listed here. For specific details, we recommend that the Municipal Drainage Act be consulted directly. Those steps that have been addressed have been identified as completed. As noted here, the petition has been submitted, the Conservation Authority has been notified of the proposed work, the engineer, being us as GM Blue Plan, have been formally appointed and held an on-site meeting. Through our work, we have determined the petition to be sufficient under Section 4 of the Act, and we have prepared a draft report. Next, we will move to complete the report under Step 6 and proceed to Council, where the report will be considered and a provisional bylaw adopted. As the process continues, construction and levying of assessments would follow. The June 2019 on-site meeting was well attended. In all, 24 landowners and interested parties attended, along with the municipality and drainage superintendent, as well as representatives from GM Blue Plan. A handout was provided to the attendees at this meeting, which included an outline of the Drainage Act process, steps taken to date, and a map of the watershed. Each attendee was asked to provide their comments on any drainage issues or any improvements they may like to see included as part of this project. A wide range of opinions were expressed among the group, both those in favor and those not in favor of some form of improvements in the area. Some of the more pertinent comments have been noted in this slide, including the presence of ponding water on a number of properties. Many felt work needed to be completed to better control water originating east of Melena Drive. The condition of Melena Drive itself has deteriorated due to the presence of water. Loss of bluff, including loss of property. Water seepage was noted by a number of attendees coming from the bluff face. The proposed work will not solve wave conditions at the beach. This is not the intent of the municipal drain. Several properties lack a proper outlet for drainage. Following the on-site meeting, review of background information, completion of topographic survey work, and initial design, we came to the following findings. Properties along Melena Drive do not have a proper outlet. Although erosion of the bluff is a natural and continuous occurrence, it is our opinion that uncontrolled surface water and groundwater is contributing to bluff erosion and degradation. The petition as submitted was found to be sufficient as per Section 4(1)(a) of the Drainage Act. To address these findings, the level of service for the proposed work needed to first be determined. As the original Melena Beach drain constructed in 2008 was designed with a 1 in 50 year level of service, it is recommended that this proposed drain extension be designed on that same 1 in 50 year level of service. Environmental approvals will be required for this project, specifically the Ausable Bayfield Conservation Authority. Once completed, a copy of the final report will be forwarded to them for review. It is important to note that the proposed work will be utilizing the same outlet to Lake Huron that was constructed as part of the original 2008 work. No new outlets to the lake will be part of this project. A few details about the area we are working in. The contractor will be allotted a 20-meter working width to complete construction. Future maintenance working width of the drain will be restricted to 9 meters, matching the maintenance working width contained in the 2008 report. The total watershed is approximately 15.97 hectares and is broken down by different land uses shown on this slide. Based on the information gathered and design work completed, this slide summarizes GM Blue Plan's recommended work for the Melena Beach Municipal Drain. 200 mm to 375 mm diameter high-density polyethylene be installed as an extension to the existing Melena Beach drain. This portion would be a length of 163 meters extending to the south. 200 mm diameter high-density polyethylene be installed as a new branch B. This portion would be 47 meters in length and extending to the north. A berm and infiltration trench will be constructed in conjunction with a tile drain as part of the overall drainage system to better control surface water and reduce the rate of bluff degradation. Service sweeps providing a connection point to an outlet will be constructed to the residential properties on the east side of Melena Drive. Draft drawings of the recommended construction have been included as part of this video. Shown here is an overall plan view of the work. For reference, the lake is to the left of the drawing with Highway 21, Melena Beach Side Road, and Melena Drive shown. The dark blue line towards the left of the drawing is the location of the proposed drain, while the original 2008 drain, which outlets into Lake Huron, is shown in yellow. The thick dashed black line represents the watershed perimeter for the project. The second draft drawing is shown here, which includes a plan view enlargement of the area requiring drainage and the corresponding profile of the drain. The 200 mm to 375 mm diameter high-density polyethylene pipe is again shown in plan view in blue with the existing outlet to Lake Huron shown in yellow. The drawing additionally includes details on the catch basins, junction boxes, and the proposed infiltration trench, as well as the earth berm to be constructed immediately east of the drain line. Estimates of construction costs are listed here. These have been based on past similar project costs, and it is important to understand that these are estimates only as the project has not yet been tendered. Allowances provided to landowners impacted by the work are explained further on the next slide. These are estimated to be $2,310. The main branch cost is estimated at $63,100, Branch B at $15,100, and the non-construction costs including permitting, carrying costs, engineering, and other costs have been estimated at $30,600. The total project is estimated at $111,110. With cost of the proposed work having been estimated, a municipal drain report is to include a table of assessments which portions these costs amongst the landowners. This is provided for construction as well as for future maintenance through a separate maintenance assessment table. When considering the assessments of project cost, it is important to understand that the drain is intended to serve two purposes: to provide a legal outlet and lessen surface ponding concerns, as well as protect the lands and bluff from further degradation caused in part by surface and subsurface water. Understanding this, assessments were made generally following a modified TAJA method to provide a fair and equitable method of dividing costs amongst landowners. This method takes into account not only contributing area, but also factors for land usage. In this case, assessments were made generally for outlet, which is a contribution of runoff in some form to the drain, and for benefit, which can include for improvements to the land or better control of surface drainage. As mentioned previously, the assessment tables are prepared to provide allowances under the Act to account for potential crop or land damage during construction and for right-of-way for land to be utilized as statutory easement for the legal existence of the drain. Here is the table of estimated assessments for this project. Starting on the left, land identifiers and landowner names are listed. As we move to the right of the table, you will see the area of land affected by this work, the area within the watershed, and finally the adjusted area which accounts for the different land uses within this project. Moving further to the right, you will see that lands generally adjacent to Melena Drive have been assessed a special benefit for stormwater or land protection as well as normal benefit. Properties east of Melena Drive have also been assessed a special benefit for the installation of service sweeps to their properties to provide a tie-in location for outlet. Continuing right on the table, outlet has been assessed to all properties that contribute runoff to the drain. Adding the different benefit assessments and the outlet assessment adds to the total assessment amount. Subtracting the aforementioned allowances where applicable results in the net out-of-pocket cost on the far right-hand side of the column. These costs are again estimates only and do not take into account the 1/3 provincial grant that may be applicable to the agriculturally zoned properties. This is the table of future maintenance assessments for this drain. It is expressed in terms of percentages and will be utilized by the Municipality of Central Huron Drainage Superintendent in the future to proportion costs to landowners should any maintenance needs arise. Based on the information provided within this video, we ask that interested landowners please provide any questions or comments that they may have via email. The email address for Brad Bunke, the signing engineer for this report, is listed below. The deadline for responding will be July 15th. After that time, the inquiries will be compiled into a complete list and a cumulative list will be provided. If required, edits to the draft materials presented today will also be made based on the landowner feedback received. In terms of next steps, following July 15th, work will be completed to finalize the report before proceeding to Council. Following the expiry of the appeal periods under the Act, the project could move to construction and upon completion, assessments would be levied. Please remain aware that the specific duration of these next steps will likely be impacted in some capacity by the current COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you to everyone who has joined us in watching this video and participating in the virtual design review meeting for the Melena Beach drain.